Okay, looks like YouTube is live. Let me go ahead and test real quick. Let's put it right here. Weird, something seems off on YouTube. Hold on, let me see. It's not showing up for some reason. It's weird. Hold on, let me check something really quick. Oh, word, did it just turn off? Okay, let me try it one more time. Oh, I just decided not to work. I guess so. Let me check one thing really quick. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure this chat thing works really quick. If it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna move on. It's taking a while to load too, so maybe just try it real quick, and then yeah, I think next time I'm gonna probably try to start the stream a bit early. Maybe try to remember to start the stream at like 12:30. I don't know, because I keep being late. And then this isn't working still. Okay, I don't know. Today it just seems like all of my software is just not working today. What is going on? I was having issues starting up some of my other apps before I opened OBS. That's why it took a bit longer to start up the stream in general. VTuber Studio was messed up. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's taking a while to load. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so event authorized. There we go. And then let's check this. Test one more time. Okay, I don't know. I guess today I think the YouTube chat is not going to show up, so I guess it is what it is. I'll still see it on my end, but it might not show for everyone. But anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Oh no, wait, there we go. It seems like it's working now. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think next time I'm gonna try and maybe start my stream 15 minutes early, so that this whole like me setting things up isn't eating into the stream. But anyways, all right. So let me go ahead and start. Welcome to the Game Engine stream. This is stream. I keep saying that. Number something. I don't know the number. Today is Friday, the 21st of February for me. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So yeah, there's no. Well, I guess I'll go piece by piece. My first update is there's no off-stream work that I did. Same as last stream, I didn't do any off-stream work, and that's because I was still working on my little app that I was trying to get working, and you know, it's like you say I'm gonna get it done in one day, and then it turns into 2 days, and then it turns into like a whole week. So I actually got it working today, like right before the stream started. I finished up the app. Still some things I want to add to it, but I am done. So hopefully next stream I'll actually be doing some off-stream work, and I can kind of show you guys some things. But yeah, as is indicated, I haven't done any changes, so the last commit that I did from the previous stream is where we're going to continue off from. Yeah, we're going to continue doing the drop-down widget. I think I might need to take a second and recalibrate. Maybe I'll read my commit to understand where I left off. If I recall correctly, I got it rendering last stream, so I think this stream is just going to be adding a few more like necessary features, maybe integrate the drop-down widget with the scripts, and yeah, but we'll get into that. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the progress board, which has not changed whatsoever. Again, hopefully, since the app is done, I'll be able to get back and start working on more features, so that'll be nice. Let me check my little to-do list. I always forget. Progress board. Okay, so yeah, since there's no changes to the progress board, let's go ahead and get into let's see, seeing what I did last time, and then we can go ahead and start coding. All right. Again, don't mind my internet speeds. It's I'm using a VPN, so it takes a while for it to get all of its data and whatnot. Yeah, but this one in particular is really slow for some reason. All right, let's see. Add function to retrieve the active viewport data in mouse. Okay, it's not relevant. Fix a bug with the runtime UI. Okay, retrieve, yeah, refactor input, and get viewport and mouse position. You add basic rendering for drop-down UI widgets. Okay, so again, I think last time I just got the rendering working for the UI widget. Was there something else I did? I did add some features for getting the mouse position. So I'm assuming... Oh, I remember now. I did some like on hover stuff. So processing the on hover when I'm hovering over a drop-down widget. Okay. I think I'm up to speed. Alright, so let's go ahead and run the code, and then I'll go ahead and just show you guys what I did last time, where we left off, and then we can think about what we're going to work on this stream. Let me see if I can clear this thing, by the way. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Okay. I think if I open the main menu... Yeah, so we can hover over these. And then this is all one widget, but I'm able to hover like individual aspects of this widget. And also it's drawing, which is, you know, always nice. So yeah, trying to think of what next to do. I guess there's a lot of things I could do. I wouldn't edit the text here, the drop down, so I guess ideally you would have the current option presented, and then maybe when you click, it opens the drop down, and then you can click on one of the drop down options, and then that would close the drop down widget and then change it to whatever option you have selected. So yeah, let's get that working. That's a number of different problems I just said, so let me just enumerate that. Let's go here. Let's see. Okay, and this music is going crazy. Let me, on my end, let me change it real quick. I might actually change it to... I might listen along with you guys. I think I need some chill hop right now. Okay. Okay. Okay, add boolean to drop down. Drop down open. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. Yeah, okay. Draw the current option. I think we are doing that. Draw all other options. Yeah, I think we did that. And then draw all other options when clicked. That we haven't done yet. And yeah, I would need to add a boolean for that. The other thing is... Oh yeah, I remember now. The thing I was thinking about last stream was whether I should store the boolean per widget or if I should store it globally. And I think I'm going to store it per widget. Yeah. Yeah. And then ideally, like the use case for it, right? Let's open it up again just so we can look at it. What was that? A little visual artifact right there. That was weird. All right. Okay. So again, the main use case, right, is that you have the drop down. By default, it will be false, right? And whether it's open or not, you would hover over the drop down. You click on it, and then when you click on it, presumably it would open the drop down, which would bring these out. Wait, give me a sec. So functionally, that would make this part render, right? And then we're on hover here, so we're already recognizing which one we're hovering. If we click on that particular option, what should occur is it would close the dropdown, set the option to this one, and then now it will display this option instead, right? Okay, but yeah, all of that basically is just handling the on click and then storing a boolean on whether it's been opened or not. That's the main requirements that I understand. So add the boolean to the dropdown, handle the on click for the current option and the dropdown. I think that's it. I'll also maybe handle rendering the dropdown based on drop down open. Okay, there we go. All right. So the first thing was to add that boolean. And for that boolean, we're going to go to the widget. And we don't need to serialize this at the moment. Maybe I'll change my mind later. But for now, oh yeah, we already added the boolean. Nice. Okay. And then I think by default, we'll keep it at false, right? And then what we'll do, oh, actually, we can handle this rendering right now. Let's do this real quick. Okay, so the boolean exists, so that's good, right? Handle rendering the dropdown based on dropdown open. Okay, this is really easy. So we're just gonna go to the on render. And basically, we just need to find the location where we... Oh, this is already working. Okay, I guess I already set this up last stream. Okay, cool. So yeah, that should be good, right? Okay, so I think the next thing, let's test this. We're gonna add like a UI for this. We're modifying the drop down open, right? Again, we're not serializing this, but I'd like to be able to test it in the editor UI and just kind of see how it affects the look, I guess. All right, so to do that, we're just gonna add a quick widget. Let's head over to the UI editor. Yeah, basically, I just want to add this so that I'm able to confirm that this is working. So, let's see. Still haven't refactored this. I'll do that later. M active drop-down option. Oh, this is for like the list. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Editor UI. What am I modifying? This should be a checkbox. Widgets. What was it called again? Drop down open. Yeah. Here we'll go ahead and initialize it like that. Next thing is to actually create the option. And again, we don't really need to worry about, how do I say, serialization or like loading it in or anything because we're not serializing it. We just want to modify it. Where do I want to put this? Selectable. Probably at the top, yeah. Where's the drop-down list? I guess I initialize it at the bottom, don't I? Yeah, I do. Well, we'll just put it along with this, I guess. Okay, so let's... Oh, yeah, okay. So let's go find a checkbox. Pretty sure selectable is a checkbox. There we go. Okay, should be pretty easy. We'll erase this for a second. This one, let's change it. Drop down widgets. Open. What is going on? Okay. Okay, erase that. Okay. Let's go ahead and make that function. What do I want to call this? Widget open. Okay, let's go to the drop-down options. Okay, let's go ahead and add this real quick. I think it's just going to be a checkbox spec. Checkbox spec. Reference spec. Okay. Let's go find a similar one. So maybe this one. Oh no, wait. These are all for the Dropbox, right? This is silly. I don't know. Oh no, I had to overload it. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, so the color, something like this. Okay. Current boolean, and it's going to be drop down open. Okay, still checks for drop down widget, still grabs the correct drop down widget, validates things. Yeah. This one's pretty simple. We're just modifying it, so I don't need to get too crazy with it. Drop down widgets. Open boolean, I guess. Kids yelling in the street. Let me close that window really quick. So we have this function now. So we go back here, and this one is linked up properly. I think the last thing now is just to call the function, yeah? So let's head back. And let's go to the draw. Okay, let's find a boolean that's similar. We'll do this one. These still aren't being drawn, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna put this above the list. There we go. So m drop down open. There it is. Okay. I don't care about selection data. Let's go ahead and erase that. Drop down open. M current boolean, yeah, okay. I think that's it. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, let's go and try it. Yeah, it's interesting. Like the strings being 2 days a week, it's kind of nice because it gives me some space to work on the engine myself. But also, I don't know. Like, actually, you know, scratch that. I don't know. I guess I'm just feeling kind of down right now because maybe I haven't been working on the engine as much as I wanted to. But yeah, maybe I'll get a chance to do it more soon. Step out the way real quick. Yeah, I guess it's just still compiling. Yeah, but it was really important that I finished that app. Because that app equals money. For me, yeah. Oh, this is this comment is wrong. Also, it's this text widget. At some point, I'm gonna fix that. But right now, I kind of don't care. Edit the drop down. Drop down, open, boolean. Okay, alignments, yeah. Yeah, I've been really wanting to like get into more advanced topics because I think I look at other people's engines and I'm like, oh, I want to have that feature, you know, like I see people working on like 3D models, and they have like these advanced shaders that they're working on. Or, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're working on things that I do have the capability of working on. It's just my engine's just not quite there with it, if that makes sense. And I'm like, oh, I want to add that feature. I'm gonna, like, I get into this like mode where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna add it right now. And then, how do I say? I think about it, and I think the whole thing through, and then I realized there was a reason why I ordered the things in the way I did. Because, again, certain things rely on other things, and it's much better to get the foundations set up first before you try and tackle the big problem. So, yeah, I kind of calmed down. I was like, okay, right, I'll do it one step at a time, right? But yeah, it is really cool seeing other people's engines and how much progress they're able to make really quickly when like they're not really bogged down with like a lot of pre-existing code. But the pre-existing code that I have in my engine is the reason why it's like somewhat stable. So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that coffee is getting me. Yeah, I definitely need to get some food later. Drop down options. You know what, while it's compiling, I'm gonna go look. I was looking at Learn OpenGL earlier, so I'm gonna keep reading. Oh, there was this other book that I was looking at as well. I went to the library and I started reading it. I gotta see if I can find that book again. Pictures of it. It was really nice, and it's discusses like engine development topics and whatnot. It's really cool. User interface. Okay, let's go check this out. So main menu has one. Okay, nice. And then let's do this. Yep. All right, that works. The colors are a bit off-putting, but yeah, it is what it is. And also the text is kind of weirdly granular. I think it looks worse on the stream than it does in real life, so maybe take it with a bit of a grain of salt. But yeah, it does look kind of meh. I think one thing I can do is well, again, this is gonna be a shader issue, so I gotta deal with the shaders more. Maybe write some better routines to make it more crisp and whatnot. But again, that's going to be once I have like a proper shader editor and I can use the shader functions in a better way. Okay, but anyways, yeah, it looks like that's working. Okay, cool. And again, this value isn't saved or anything. Okay, I think the next thing is just to handle the on-click. Yeah. Yeah, I need to handle the on-click. So I think the idea is, right, if we click this, it toggles whether the, how do I say, whether the drop-down is open or not. It will always do that. And then when you have the dropdown open, if you click one of the options, again, it sets that option and then closes the dropdown widget. That's it. So let's break that apart. We'll start with just getting this to toggle this on and off, and then we'll go from there. It should be relatively easy. Now that I think about it, because we already laid the groundwork for that earlier when I got it rendering and got the whole like on hover thing working. So yeah, let's continue that. Wait, I'm in the wrong in the wrong area. Okay, let's go to the on render. And I think this checks for on hover, I think. I'm trying to think of a few of these, the way this interacts with the other widgets and whatnot. This could get kind of complex. It's a simple widget though. I should be able to figure it out. I'm just thinking about the whole UI, but maybe I should calm down. Okay, so these ones, it checks if it's open. Okay, and this one renders the background. Ensure the current option is within bounds. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the on hover. This checks if this is the hover widget. And if it is, it checks for the bounds. Right? Okay, and then yeah, okay. So this one out, a bit more readable. I'm trying to think of how I want to translate this over to the on click. Yeah, because this is checking the bounds like this. So the main thing is I just need to figure out how I calculate this value. The widget size doesn't change. This is fine. So I'm gonna need this information. And I'm also going to need this information. And I believe that's it, actually. The only thing is I need to reinstate this algorithm. So I might need to duplicate the algorithm. There's probably a way I could refactor this, but again, right now I'm just trying to get it to work, so whatever. Do I just want to copy this whole thing over and just try to like clean it out? I might do that, honestly. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pop it into a new window. Okay, so I can reference it on this side, and it's all the way at the wrong place. Let's see. Drop down widget on render. Okay, here we go. So I'm at the on render function on my other screen. Let me head up to the on click, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I think the other day I cleaned up the on left click a bit more. So yeah, now I'm just passing on the event and not. Yeah, that's so much better than how it was before. Okay, we want the on pressed event. We're not checking for the type or anything. I don't really care at the moment. Probably should later. Okay, yeah, it's not the editing widget. I don't selected widgets. Interesting. How's that working? So this is only dealing with the editing widget. So if it is the editing widget, then we're worrying about that. Okay, else if it's the selected widget, and the widget type is the slider widget. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming before this is even called, we are setting it as selected. I think I remember that we do that. Maybe it's a weird location or responsibility where that occurs outside of the runtime UI service. I should probably change that later, but whatever, I guess. All right, so let's just copy this over. If editing widgets. I'm wondering if I want to do this check twice. Wait. It did not copy. Oh my. Okay. You know what? Let's copy the whole thing. And then we'll just go from there. Okay, so the widget type is drop-down widget. Probably a way I can clean this up, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so we're checking for drop-down widget. If drop-down widget, I suppose so, assert. You wouldn't really be able to enter here anyways if it was, but yeah, not gonna worry about that. Okay, now this grabs the widget's translation and size. That doesn't change. How does this calculate this though? Let me check. Oh, okay, so it just gets the world. Okay, yeah. Calculate world position. Yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, I think from here onwards is where it's different. Okay, so this needs to normalize slider location. That has nothing to do with what I'm working on. This is like vaguely similar. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just get rid of all this. The only thing I might want to keep though is actually no, this isn't even relevant either. Pressed widget. Pressed widget. I might come back and think about this one. I don't know, but we'll just get rid of this as of right now. Okay, let me go over and copy that code now. So I'm looking on the other, actually I'll just show you. So I am looking for, where am I? Here. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take this whole thing. We're gonna take this entire thing. And then go from here. Let me just follow this down to here. Okay. And we're gonna bring it over here. Okay, now we're gonna delete a lot of code. So yeah, this is not relevant. Active UI, I don't care. Mouse position, yeah. Widget size and translation we've already calculated, so all of this is garbage. Okay, check if mouse position is within bounds of the current position or option. Okay, so here we don't care about active hovered widget, huh? Wait, do I want to keep this or not? I'm not actually sure. Active hovered widget. I think if it's already selected and then we clicked, we should be checking it. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this for now. I think that part's only relevant for whether we're presenting this color. So we'll bring this back a bit. Mouse position, everything still works the same. This is going to be different. We're going to do... what do I want to do here? Mouse position is on... Oh yeah, we want to toggle the drop down open. Not going to worry about that right now. All the rest of this is garbage. Okay. Ensure the current option is within bounds. What are we talking about? Oh, this is for the text. Yeah, I don't care. This is all garbage. Okay, now this is still relevant. So we're gonna do what? Okay, active drop down. Okay. This variable represents the visible drop down position / index. Note this index. Yeah, sure. We'll bring this over here. This is also relevant because this is how we calculate our stuff. Yep, still widget translation plus. Yeah, I don't care about that. Current option. We're gonna go with a vec2. I don't care about the z component. Also, transform is wrong, but whatever. Translation for the current option. Okay, again, hovered widget doesn't really matter in this case. Okay, yeah, but this is just checking whether it's in bounds, which this is not relevant, but we'll do this if that's the case. Okay, and then actually here we can go ahead and break right here. And we'll get rid of this. And then we'll say to do what are we doing? To do close the drop down open boolean. I say turn off the drop down open boolean and set the current option to this iteration. There we go. And then we break. So I'll come back and do that. I think for now I'm gonna probably just log to make sure that we're like doing the right thing. We are opening an option. Just do that now. Then where's that other one? We are toggling the open option. Drop down open boolean. Actually, wait, what am I talking about? Just current option clicked. There we go. I don't know why I was making that complicated. Current option. And a drop-down option. There we go. And the rest of this is garbage. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, starting point, yeah, I don't care. The visible drop-down offset does get incremented. Don't want to mess with the algorithm too much. I mean, there's probably some way to abstract this. I might think about it later, but for now, I don't really care. I'm only using it in 2 places. Yeah, actually, you know what? I might abstract that into the drop-down widget class or something. But again, not really that worried about it. Okay, this gets deleted. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should be doing here. I think that's fine. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so let's go ahead and try it out and see if it works. And then the next thing after this, we'll get this thing working where it actually toggles the option. Or it toggles where the drop-down is open. And then here I'll probably log a few more things just to make sure we have the right information. And then we will set the drop-down open to be false, and we will change our current option. And yeah, that should be it. I mean, I might also want to invoke like an on-click event. Actually, no, I will have to do that. I'll do that as well, so that's not that hard. And yeah, that should be it for it. Alright, let's try it. Let's see if we're logging. I believe it's trace, so it won't show up in the... Yeah, here we go. But you can kind of see it. What is my... I'm trying to remember, I have my keybind for zooming. Oh yeah, it's this one. There we go. Yeah, so you can see the current options clicked, right? So let's go ahead and try it out. Clicked like 5 times. There we go. I guess I can't test it being open right now because I can't open it, so let's get it opening and then we'll see if that works. And again, that one's pretty easy. We just do active. Operations. Alright, where's it? Utility. I know this seems silly having like a very specific function just for toggle boolean, but I don't know. It's descriptive, you know. Let's see. So yeah, this is a reference, so we can just go ahead and toggle it. Being open. We click the current option. I'm just typing this so if like we can reflect like what we're doing. I don't know. Conceptually with the UI how it works. Okay, so now we can go ahead and try that again. And then this should actually toggle it, which will do all the things it needs to do. And I suppose we can break if we actually do find the correct thing. Are we in a for loop? I guess not. Maybe I can just return. I'm gonna be careful with returning. That could mess up some of the ordering for these things. Yeah, whatever. We're just gonna return. I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and return. do you want to break? I mean, this is basically like it's handled. Like it's been handled at this point, so there's not really any point in doing anything else. So we'll go ahead and just return. If I gotta come back and deal with some bugs, I will. That's just kind of my style of coding with these things. Okay. Test is just sitting on the thing. Wait, give me a sec. Maybe like in 1 minute. I'm just gonna fix something on my plugins real quick. Can I clear the chat from here? Let's see. That cleared the chat. And let me put a timer on these things. So I'm trying to find it though. Show icon, just here, yes. And I'll make it take like a minute and a half, I guess. Or it doesn't let you type it in though. 90 seconds. There we go. Okay. Just a bunch of tests on the thing was kind of annoying. Okay. So let's see. Okay, it toggles it. Good. Should not be logging anything. And then we click this. What does it do? We are clicking the drop-down option. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So yeah, that's working. All right, so the next thing really is to just turn it off, yeah. So this is not going to be a toggle boolean, this is just going to be a turn it off. Okay, we're going to log something different here. What do we want to log? What do we want to log? Okay, but let me read this. This variable represents the visible drop-down index, and then this iteration is the actual iteration. So this is the one we actually want to use if we're going to set it. So we're going to do active drop-down dot current option is equal to iteration. Okay, let's just try that. See if that works. And then if this works, I think we're getting pretty along with it. We're modifying, we added that just now. And then handle the on click for the current option. Yeah, okay. I might aim for maybe modifying the current selected option. But again, we're not going to serialize that, so... Or maybe I should. I'm not going to bother serializing it right now. I kind of don't care. I think the next thing is just making sure that... Oh, well, actually... I don't know, I gotta think about it, but yeah, let's go ahead and we're modifying the current drop down option. We gotta do that, right? Yep. Alright, it works, yep. And all the other code that I added for like how I present this is, or how do I say, like this already functions properly, so. Nice, we have a little drop down. I'm trying to think anything else I should do. I mean, there's a bunch of things I could add to it, of course, but yeah, just trying to get like an MVP going with this UI stuff. Alright, but yeah, we can move around the slider. Got a drop down going. Yeah, cool. So we'll add a few more features just to get it like working and whatnot. So let's go to the main menu. Okay, so we have option 1 and option 2, yeah. Let's add an option delta. Okay. And again, we can set it being open or not. Visually that looks like crap, but I'll use some different colors, not just those. Let's see. Let's go ahead and save it. Oop, I got my break reminder. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch my fingers. I'll be back. I'm gonna get some water as well. I think I need some. BRB. Okay, I am back. I got my water. All right, let's continue. That chair is loud. I gotta get a new chair at some point. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and move on. So, yeah, I can toggle this here, but I can't set the current option. It's kind of annoying. So let's add that as well. That shouldn't be too bad. it's just going to be a select option based on the current options. And the other thing is I'm going to need to revalidate it when I modify this. But basically the idea is it'll be like drop down current option, and then you can see what the current option is, right? And then you can just modify it to whatever you want. I need to add a proper drop down widget to this to my UI library. But yeah, whatever. All right, so let's go and add that really quick. That'll be the next thing. Again, this is just for debugging and whatnot. It's not. We're not actually going to modify it. Or it's not going to get serialized, but I mean, it would be pretty easy to serialize it once I add it too, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and add it real quick. Okay, yeah, let's go to try to think if there's anything I needed to modify, but it's literally just the UI here. So let's head down here, and then we'll just throw this at the end. It'll be a select option spec. And drop down widget. Current option. Yeah. Is that what it's called too? Yeah, I kind of forgot. Yeah, it is. It's just called current option. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so we have that. Let's go ahead and add the onModify function real quick, since I'm already here. We'll put it with the list, I guess. Yeah, put it on top, sure. Oh wait, no, this is the... Okay. On select option. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so this is the modify widget open. Modify widget current option. Okay, it's gonna be something like this. I don't need the tooltip. The tooltip's only relevant for the scripts, so we'll just do these two. Widget's current option. Okay. And we'll go ahead and build these out. We'll keep them as function stubs for now. Alright, and then the next thing is to initialize it, of course. Yeah, and the onModify is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Just trying to think of which one I want to emulate. I want to edit. Okay, so probably this one. Just bring it. And where do I want to put it? Probably above this. And then we'll get through it. So modify widgets current option. Okay, so drop down widget current. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna put this above here, just so that current option can stay with the drop-down options. I think they just make sense being together. Logically, drop-down open. Okay. Oh yeah, and then current option. This one we're not going to handle the edit button externally. We're just going to handle it, or let the spec handle it. And then on open current option. Okay. Yeah, and we'll implement these in a second. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw it really quick. We'll handle drawing it. That'll probably pretty easy. So back up header file. Head over to the drawing section. Let's go find something to copy it from. This one grabs a script thing. So this is where it's gonna be pretty different, but it'll still work. Okay, so let's do it right here. So most of this I'm gonna write from scratch. The only difference is this one is gonna be drop down current option. That's gonna be relatively the same. Current option. Okay, this is, yeah, there we go. Current option is equal to, yeah, it takes in the handle. Yeah. That's pretty okay. Let's get this value we want out of this. So active drop down widget. Current option is just a number, the size t. Yeah. So this one is what we're going to use with this. The name, yeah. So this is the string that's going to be representing it. And then for this, ideally, it would be, let's get rid of this. Active drop down widgets dot, gotta be, oh, wait, options. Gotta be careful doing this because this is going to be an interesting error. I'll just index into it. Since we're using it so much, I might as well just make it a variable. Let's do size t, current option. Okay. And we'll just do current option. Just for clarity. Okay, this brings out, oh yeah, it's a, okay, so then we're gonna do dot text. There we go. Okay, now this is the error waiting to happen, so let me go ahead and clean this up a bit. All right. This current option. Yeah, I got to think of a few error states with this. The first one is, and I don't want to assert here because this is stuff that the user could mess up. Not mess up, but just like they would do something and then it would end up causing this to error out. So I got to think. My brain's running kind of slow too right now. Okay, we're gonna say we're gonna add a boolean here. I've been typing boolean because Java does boolean, right? Yeah, is boolean a thing? Oh yeah, it is a thing. Where to find this? Where am I? What? Oh. Okay. Okay. Anyways. Bool. Valid option. And then we'll initialize this with is less than this dot size. Okay. So yeah, the current option is less than. Yeah, if it is less than, that means it's valid, which will make this true. So then we'll do valid option, do ternary. So if it is valid, we'll do like whatever text we can get from it. Otherwise, we'll just provide a string literal. Okay, and then this way, this won't ever error out. It will just look weird if this is invalid. And then the other like modification stuff, I'll just make sure that it stays in like a valid state, but this won't crash. This will just not display anything. It's a lot of heap allocations every frame. Got to think about this. I mean, there is like a limited number of options that are available on screen, so I guess it's not the worst thing. I got to come back and think about this. Okay. Well, anyways, this should render the correct thing. Let me think. Okay, I think there's one validation thing I need to do on the list. So let's head over to the functions that modify the list. And I think the only one that I care about, let's head down to the home. Where is it? Drop down. Okay, which one's modifying the list? Yeah, so on refresh, edit tooltip, edit dialog, delete dialog. Okay, yeah, so the delete dialog is just opening the dialog box. Here's the actual function that like deletes things. So this is the only one I care about, because the only way I know that the current option can get invalidated is if you delete an entry. If you add an entry, it makes the list longer, which won't invalidate the current option. if you edit one of the entries, the size stays the same, so that doesn't do anything. I mean, maybe there's something to be done with like, how do I say, like if you like move them around, then you gotta. But I don't know. I'm not worried about that right now. So yeah, deleting is the only operation that shortens the list and may result in you being in like an error state. So with that, basically what I want to do is just validate the current option after I do like a proper delete. So this I've already done the whole like checking like here to make sure that the size is correct. We validate the text data. Okay. Okay, so revalidate the current option right here. So this is pretty easy. We're just going to get the active drop-down widget. And then actually we'll do an if statement. So if the active drop-down widget dot, is it a pointer? It is a pointer. Current option is greater than or equal to the new size after we've done the operation. So we're going to do the options list dot size. So, I mean, i.e., if it's greater than or equal to the size, that means we're in an invalid state. So what we're going to do is just set the option to 0. Is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, but the one thing is, if the options list is 0, then we're going to be in a weird situation. But I think I have a solution for that. I think I do. Let's go back to the rendering. Okay, so we're only going to worry about rendering this. Like, this isn't even going to be shown. So we'll just say if drop down widget. Oh, no, wait, what am I talking about? Active drop down widget dot options dot size is equal to 0. We'll just say if it's greater than 0. And we'll just take all of this and put it inside of here. Only display the current option. Only display the current option. Let's see, MCH, cat, hey. Mau. To you too, MCH. Appreciate you coming by. It's been a pretty quiet stream so far, but it's kind of chill. Right now I'm working on same stuff as last time, just drop down widget. But it's almost done at this point. I'm just doing some final like cleanup things, and I think by the end of the stream I should be done with the widget. And let's see. Yeah, it's my last widget. So after that, we'll just have some containers, or we'll be doing some final little like cleanup stuff for the UI, and then we're done with UI. So, but yeah, I'm just excited that's the last widget. All right, so let's see. Only to display the current option. Let's see. Oh yeah, if an options list exists, right? Yeah, okay, I think this is fine. This basically just validates that we have a drop-down options list greater than 0. And if it's not, we're just not going to display this at all. We're not even going to worry about it. Yeah, that's good. If I think there's anything else, I think that's about it. I just need to fill in those onModify functions and then I'm good. So let's go do that. So where are they? And let me go ahead and split this really quick. So we'll do window. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's just go to the function. Okay, so onModify and this. Cool. Let's steal one from somewhere else, I guess. onModify drop-down widget on select option. Yeah, sure. Okay, this is the onModify function, and then this is the one that fills it. Yeah, okay, so we'll go here, copy this one. And this is going to have some heavy modifications, like very, very different. So we're going to go over here, go ahead and paste this in. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait on this one. I'm gonna do this first, so I know what's getting filled. Would you have a clear state for the current option? I don't think you would. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And then this, we're not checking any registries or anything. We're just going to actually, I think obtain this. Yeah, we're gonna obtain this. That's why it's a little different. So yeah, we're just gonna sort this, get this information. Okay, now here, we're gonna loop through active drop down widget options. Okay, and what is this again? I think it's single text data. Yeah. So we'll do a single line text. Wait. Anti-UI, single line text data. Reference. We're going to modify it? No. So let's go ahead and put that as a const. Okay. And yeah, I don't need to do any of this. Compatible with the widgets. Yep, this isn't relevant either. Really, we're just adding this here, and then all we have to do is just provide the index. Which, yeah, I guess I should store the index size t, iteration 0, iteration plus, and then we're going to go ahead and just fill that over here. Okay, this is the group. The group, I'm just going to say, yeah, we're not going to worry about group. We're just say all options. And then here we're going to do text data dot mtext. There we go. And of course, the iteration is what we're going to use like to actually modify the data. The text is just there to be visual, I guess. All right, I think that's it. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything silly. Widgets. I think we're good. Maybe I should assert this, just, you know, you never know. I don't know why I'm not asserting it. But yeah, that'll be an assert. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. I was just making sure I didn't leave anything. Alright, so yeah, this one's gonna be different. This part is the same. We're getting drop down widget, sure. And again, here we're just switching between current options. So actually it's gonna be pretty easy change. The only thing I want to do is probably validate that the current option or the current entry is like a valid index. So do I want to do that as a warning, or do I want to do that as an assert? I think that would be an assert, actually, because logically there shouldn't be any way that the end user causes that error. So yeah, if that messes up, that's just my bad. And I should be aware. Yeah, okay, just making sure. So entry dot handle. I think the handle is a size t, so I think we're good there. We're going to assert that the handle is less than active drop down widget options dot size. Okay, so just basically saying make sure that this index is within bounds. The other thing also is probably should assert that the active dropdown widget is a thing. Okay, so sure the widget is valid and uses the correct index. And is within correct bounds. Okay, this is doing a lot of script work. I don't care about any of this. Modify the current option. And this is as easy as active drop-down widget. Current option is equal to this. And that's it. Yeah, I don't need to worry about any other validation because this is already, this is already checking with its inbounds. It doesn't really, deal with anything else, to be honest. Or like doesn't like invalidate anything else, so I think we're good here. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. $3,000 lines, huh? Yeah, gotta figure out a way to clean that up. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and try it out. Or, oh, you know, yeah, this is a UI thing. Main menu. Okay. Current option. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Okay, let's delete this. There we go. Yeah. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay, let's see what happens when we clear the list. Okay, just doesn't display anything. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go. So now you can kind of like mess with it. You can set whether it's open or not, if you want to like kind of see it and visualize it. You can change the option if you like, and then see how that looks. Another one. Selectable. Yep, just sets it as whether it's selectable or not. Yeah, just okay. Yeah, we're good in that one. Okay, I think that's good on that end. So this is done. All right. I think the last thing I'm going to do with this drop-down widget is just link in that that like script function. So this select option, right? This basically is just on select. When you actually select something, it provides that string with it. So on select open script. There's no options that match that definition, but we'll get to that. Yeah, this is going to be really easy to add though. And I think functionally after that, we're good. Yeah, actually I think I'm going to call it after that. I can add more, I can definitely add a lot more features to this, but as far as like, does it work? That should be fine. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and hook up that function pointer, and then that should be it. So basically, what I'm talking about is actually let me open it up again so I can show you. All right, so let's go ahead and run it, and then when you click it, it opens the options and sets it. When it sets it, I want it to call that like script. Right. Yeah. So let's do that. I can figure out where I'm at. On render. Trying to think. My brain just stopped working for a second. It's down here. One thing I might do too, as well, instead of handling everything exclusively in the runtime UI, I might just do like a function that gets called on the how do you say? On the actual drop-down widget, if I can find it. There we go. Yeah, I might add like an extra function here that just handles like on left click, like on button left click, right? And then I can clean up the code a bit. Because yeah, that on left click is getting pretty messy. But I'm not gonna bother with that right now. So on press. Yeah, it's a lot of code and like if statements. Kind of silly. Okay, here we go. So we'll put this as an error right here. Let me go find an example of where I how do I say? Where I call a function. Here we go. So something like this. Let's go back to that error. And basically all we gotta do is just call the function. But we're gonna do active drop down, and then it's gonna be m on. Okay, so if it's a valid script, then we're gonna call it. This one is a void string, I think. Yeah. And then we're gonna provide this one's function pointer. Okay. And then of course we need to provide a string. So in this case, we need to obtain the... Yeah, this is going through the iterations. So we need to obtain the actual option. So we're going to do this. It's only relevant here anyway, so we'll put it down here. So it's at iteration, which is the current iteration. That should be fine. And then this should return a reference to a single line text data. So we're going to do single line text data. Text data. Or current text data. I don't know. It's not like a copy. Let's do a reference. We're not changing it either, so we do const. Let's see, and then all you have to do is just do current text data dot text, and that's it. We are good. Another optimization I could probably do as well is I think we're passing in this as, yeah, like a const string reference. I could probably change this to a string view. But yeah, whatever. Should I do that right now? I don't want to start fixing random things. Yeah, I'm not, because that could potentially cause a lot of issues. Might come back and fix that as like a separate bug thing, or separate one feature thing. All right, anyways, this should work, by the way, so that should be good. Let's change this over here. Oh, Filmations, ayo. How's it going? Wait, is it the chat working? Oh yeah, I can see your chat too on there. Nice. Yeah. How's it going, man? Or ma'am, I don't know. Right now, I guess I can show you what I'm currently working on. I'm working on like the drop-down widget, same as I think the previous few streams that I've been working on. But I'm actually pretty much done at this point. I think this little thing I'm working on right now is actually the last thing I'm going to work on for the drop-down widget, and then I'm going to move on to some final things. These last two little bits, but yeah, this is the last widget, so final widget. I wasn't able to get as much stuff done as I wanted to. Between this stream and last stream, I've been working on like a separate project thing. But I think after this stream, the app is, or the project I'm working on is almost done, so, or is done basically. So I can get back to working on the code off stream. Yeah, because that was my little tangent. But yeah, what's up, admissions? And while we're doing that, let me make sure this works. On move slider, active drop down. The select option drop down. Okay, and let me go ahead test this out. Let's see. Got tips for making VR games or games in general. Well, specifically VR games, I haven't gotten into it. Are you making your game in like an existing game engine? Like, what's your like scope with that kind of thing? As far as like for me, I have researched working with VR. Like with my current like windowing system, which is GLFW. I think SDL has better support for that. I think GLFW, you have to deal with like some external software to get like the VR setup working. But as far as I'm aware, it's not that hard to actually set up. It's just you have to offset the view matrix and like kind of like render the scene twice. And yeah, that's about it for the visual aspect. Everything else just works as a normal game. You just gotta pass the input accordingly. Well, I want to get into it, but I don't have a PC or laptop yet, but would use whatever you think is best. Oh, I got you. Yeah, definitely get a PC. Like, if you're gonna, like, develop, like, get a PC. Laptops, they're good, but they're not really good, like, I don't know, like, work machines if you're really trying to, like, you need that, like, power. You know what I'm saying? But if you have like specific circumstance where you need to move around and you need to like bring your computer with you, then don't let me stop you getting a laptop. So it can be a good choice depending on your situation. My friend has a laptop. He bought like a pretty good one pretty recently. He does like music production. He says it works pretty well for that, but that's a whole separate thing. Yeah, it's just I don't know, like if you compare like a desktop CPU to a laptop CPU, like if you go based on like metrics, you can buy like a much better laptop CPU or GPU, and it works way worse than the corresponding desktop GPU or CPU, and that's just a limitation of like it being a laptop. You can't really do much about it. So if you're trying to save money, the cheaper option usually is to get like a desktop. But again, laptop is like per situation. So let's see. And then you said you're a pro. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to make like some games soon. You know, my experience is mostly with tooling, so which I do love doing, but I'd like to get into some games soon. Let's see. Okay, what was I testing? I think I was going to see if my on-select option actually works. So I should be calling. Okay, first let's see if I throw an error in. Let me check that. Also, I do see typing. I'm just gonna real quick make sure this works before I forget. Also, don't mind, this looks horrible, but I'm gonna change the colors later. But yeah, this one looks like it's good. It's not throwing an error. So what I'm gonna do, the thing I added was basically, I now should be able to call a function when I select an option in that dropdown. So let's go ahead and associate one. Test select option. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and build it. Please don't crash. Let's go ahead and save it and exit out, and we'll go ahead and mess with the script. Okay, let's go ahead and just log something. We'll do log. We are selecting an option, right? And then I haven't added like formatted strings yet. It wouldn't be that hard to add. I'll probably add that later. But we'll just pass it directly on so we can see it. Right, let's go ahead and rebuild the scripts. All right, and then let's go ahead and check it out. Does that, man, I swear. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So you can see we are selecting option and then option 2. So then if we go here and we do option delta, there you go. We're selecting option delta, and then the idea is you can do whatever you got to do, like logically here, right? So yeah. If animation's okay, well, good luck with your game. Thanks for coming by. I'm assuming you might have already left, but yeah, appreciate it though. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're done. All right, sick. Yeah, again, I could add more features for modifying and whatnot, but at like a base level, this is good. So, what am I thinking about? I'm getting hungry, so I feel like I might want to end the stream fairly soon. But let me do a few things first. I might end maybe like 2.5 hours. We're at about 1 hour 50 currently on my OBS. So, yeah, we're good with all this. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this. Let's head over to the progress board. We'll go ahead and call this one done. Nice. All right, so add widget containers and then add aspect ratio specific options. Okay, so these are some weighted things. Like, these are going to be interesting to add because I'm going to have to refactor pretty big chunks of the UI system to get them to work. But it will be for the better because once I have this set up, everything will be a lot more dynamic. I think I wrote down my ideas for how I was going to set that up. I'm trying to remember where I put those though. Maybe give me like 5 minutes. I'm going to try and formulate my thoughts about it, and then maybe I can kind of explain what I mean by this. Did I put any? I didn't put a description. Okay, maybe I should add one. Add aspect ratio specific options. Okay, so just give me a moment. I'll be right back, probably like 5 minutes. Okay. I just went for like a bathroom break. I think I'm gonna try and formulate my ideas on the stream. So maybe we can kind of come together on what I'm doing, I guess. Let's see. So let me open up the draw IO, and then we can go from there. Just takes a second because of the VPN. Might not want to show that. I don't know. I don't think I have anything on my Google Drive, but I can't remember. Or maybe it just doesn't want to load. No, never mind. Let's see if I can. Okay, wait. Let me BRB it real quick. I'm not going away. I'm just hiding the screen really quick. Let me reset my VPN. Maybe try somewhere else. My current location is being very weird. Okay, let's try that. And then also string diagrams. Let's go with runtime UI. Yeah, okay. Okay, what is this? Let's go ahead and delete that. Okay, so I guess I was talking about like parsers and output generation or something. Okay, this was me thinking about the drop down, I think. And then this one was a slider. Okay. Alright. Hey, yeah, the new widgets are good. So yeah, drop down. List is basically what we're working on right now. Adding like a formal list. Or the containers. That's what I meant by containers. Like it's a yeah. Yeah, combo's looking good though. Combo's looking good. Button widget is good. We have the image button widgets. Text widgets, we have those. I even added a slider, which is really cool. Alright. So new section. So to do this, basically, let's start with the goal. Basically, we're trying to get these containers working. I'm gonna rename this to container. And this one specifically, I might call it a vertical container. Yeah, let's call it that. And yeah, I guess like the idea is you would have multiple like sub widgets listed down like this, right? And I'm gonna show you kind of like the problem with this setup and like why it won't work with the current setup and why I have to kind of like change things around. So currently, the way the hierarchy goes is you have, we'll go ahead and label this UI, okay, user interface. Let's change the font. Sure, yeah. Okay, so we have a UI, right? And then we'll make a smaller one. Do like this. Okay. All right, and this one's going to be a window. Okay, and then we'll make like 3 of these. Bring it down. We're probably going to fill it out with widgets. Okay. And then let's bring this down to be even. And let's do this. We have a window. We have a window and a window. Okay, great, there we go. So we have a UI with multiple windows, and then each window, we'll go ahead and go right here, widget, right? Widget. Okay, we'll go ahead and paste these down. Okay, for the sake of the argument, let's just move these down, and then we'll just work with the... Actually, let's just bring this all down. Make them align. There we go. Okay. So again, we have UI, we have multiple windows, and then we're just going to deal with like the individual widgets, right? So this one's a widget, this one's a widget, and then more specifically, I guess I'll say like button widget. Told me to take a break, but I just took a break, so I think it's fine. Button widgets, a text widget, and then we'll have a what is it? I don't know. Slider widget. One I just added. Okay, cool. So currently this is the abstraction that I'm working with for like the UI. And it works, right? Like it does the thing. Thing is, it's very rigid, right? And the reason it's rigid is because I'm kind of relying on this structure to uniquely identify a widget. So if I want to, as an example, I want to identify this text widget right here, this text widget, right? Then what I want to do is I want to specify this UI, which is an asset. So it has like a certain asset handle. Maybe I'll put that on top of here. We'll say handle is a bunch of numbers. Put that right here. And then let's bring this down a bit. And put some more metadata right here. Let's bring this whole thing down. Maybe it doesn't want to select for some reason. Bring it right here. Okay, so let's copy this, paste it, bring it over here. And then we're going to say index 0. Okay, and then index 1. And then index 2. Yeah, I've kind of already thought about this whole thing, but I feel like it'd be nice to kind of explain it, and then we can kind of be on the same page. And then this one, we'll bring it over here. Index 0, and then index 1. And index 2. There we go. All right. Might be kind of hard to see, but yeah, basically, if we want to uniquely identify like this particular widget, right? So we have button widget, right? If we, why is it like that? Whatever. Oh, I probably copied and pasted it. There we go. Yeah, so if you want to uniquely identify this widget, we identify it with its handle, like the asset handle, this UI, which is some random number. And then we have the window, which is index 0. And then we have index 0 for this widget. So if I want to uniquely identify this specific widget, it's going to be, and let me put this right here. Put a text. Unique identifier. And then we're going to say, whatever this number is. Make sure it's the correct one just for argument's sake, or for clarity. Zero, 0. Okay, let's go ahead and stir this out a bit. Okay, there we go. And then this one is going to be, I'm not going to do all of them, just this one's going to be 2, I believe. And then this one right here is unique identifier, I'll say is just 1, like that. Yeah. So basically, if you want to uniquely identify a particular widget, you have to provide the asset handle, right, for the UI. You provide a number, right, which is 0 for the window index, and then another number, which is 0 for the widget index, right? And then this works perfectly fine. This is how I kind of deal with all of my abstractions for the UI. I just, like, if I need to uniquely identify any particular widget, I just provide this identifier in the scripts. In particular, I use it in the scripts, but also just, I think for some other function handling, I use this as well for uniquely identifying a widget, right? And it's important that it has like a very uniform structure, like it's this, then this, then this, so that it's easy to parse, right? But the issue is this doesn't account for like nesting, right? Like what if you want to have a container, right? And I'm gonna move this down a bit. Or actually, maybe, yeah, actually, let me bring this down. So I'm gonna bring this, bring it like right here. Okay, so much bigger, right? Let's do a container widget. Okay, call this vertical container. Okay, and the vertical container contains like a slider widget, a text widget, right? And then here we're going to go ahead and let's bring this out a bit more so I can. There we go. Yeah, so we have this vertical container and it contains multiple widgets. How do I uniquely identify these? Right, because again, the current abstraction is relying on a ID, a window number, and then a widget number, right? So yeah, this doesn't work, right? So instead, like this number just indexes into the current window flatly, right? What I want is to be able to, and let me find like a line here so it can be like, this does not work. Yeah, sure, like that. Yeah, that doesn't work currently. So we need to think of a new abstraction or like a new system that will allow this to work, right? Where we could still uniquely identify these like nested widgets, but I can still keep like a uniform structure for like the identifier. Because again, this is needed by my scripting system so that it can parse it in a very predictable way. If I make it unpredictable, it's not going to work. Yeah. All right, so I kind of presented to you the problem. Now let me kind of present you like my current solution. Let's go ahead and copy this over. And maybe let's do this. And then we're gonna send it back and then put this right here. And then we're gonna call this old UI structure. All right, so this is the old UI structure, right? Let's go ahead and copy this whole thing over, and we'll make a new one. Okay, so new UI structure. So in this case, we don't need to mess with any of the existing stuff. We're just going to make it work. So what I'm thinking, right, is instead of this being an index, it's going to be an identifier, like this final number. So what I'm going to do is we're going to keep the window number, just so I don't have to mess with the numbers or anything, or like really make it more complicated than it needs to be. But here, what we're going to do is add a unique number, right? Now the thing is, if I do this, I'm going to need a new way to like find widgets, right? Because now I can't rely on this just giving me the correct index, right? So I gotta think of some new way to like make sure I can how do I say, make sure I can find these individual widgets using this information. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do another unique number. Right, and then here is, this is still the same. And then this is still going to be the same. Just 2, right? Alright, so basically, like, I don't need to uniquely identify them when I'm rendering. Like, when I'm rendering, I don't care. Like, all I have to do when I'm rendering is just get the UI, get the window, and then just iterate through the widgets. Like, I don't care if its number is this or that. You know, I'm already aware of the index when I'm looping through it. So the rendering actually shouldn't be hindered or messed with, right? The only thing that's going to be messed up is when I need to like uniquely identify a particular widget, and I need to be able to find it in like the structure, right? That's what's going to get messed up. Yeah. Well, like with this new system, right? So to remedy that, we're going to add like a map. So let's, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I'm going to add right here. And then let's add some text on top of it. We're going to do an unordered map. Let's make this a bit bigger. Make it like 36, yep. Or let's just do it in C++ lingo, I guess. Unordered. We'll say map for now. It's an unordered map, that's what I mean, but just for simplicity. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take in this identifier, right? Because this is what we're going to be presented with, right? When we are trying to find this widget. So we're going to present this UUID, right? So we're going to say a UUID. And then what we're going to get back is basically a series of instructions on how to get to the correct widget, right? So the instructions are basically just going to be a std vector of uint16s, and we'll bring this out. And then let's make this a bit smaller so I can fit it. Can I left align it too? I can. Cool. All right, so widget ID to location. I think that's what I'll call it. And of course, now that we have this map, we need to maintain it, which is going to be really annoying, but we'll run through all the code and then I'll just systematically just make sure that it works, right? So I think I might do a lot of the preparation for this off stream. Hopefully I'll get a chance to work on some code. And then, yeah, again, I just need to make sure I find some way to make sure that this widget ID to location map gets validated correctly whenever we do any like create, delete, update operations to the widgets, right? But yeah, it's going to be an SD vector of uint16ts, and then the idea with this is like you could have one of these, and like an example would be, let me add another text. Let's say like 0, 1, let's say, yeah, 0. What is it? Which one is this? This is index 3. 0, 3, 1. Right? Let's make this bigger. So we now have this, right? So we go to, basically we're starting with the UUID, which is this number. This is what's like we have, right? And then using that UUID, right, we can hit the map. It's gonna be unordered map. It'll just be like a constant time operation, and it's still a little bit of overhead, but typically this isn't the normal, how do I say? This isn't the normal path. The hot path for the UI is rendering it. Like you may interact with it, but as long as this is like relatively constant time, this isn't the worst thing. As long as I can still like go to the UI, go to the first window, iterate through the widgets, iterate, and I can still relatively order the widgets in memory where like it goes in this order, then it's pretty cache friendly, and I can keep the hot path fast, right? I still haven't figured out a way to like actually make it do that. I might maybe do like a local allocator for the UI, and then basically just make sure that any allocator is ordered in this way when it's loaded into memory. And then that way, you know, it's cache friendly, right? But I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying, like, this isn't the part to be optimized. The part to be optimized is rendering it. But yeah, if you wanted to uniquely identify this widget now, all you have to do is just use this. So we have 031. So we go to Windows 0, and we go to widget 3, which is index 3 over here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then this now uniquely identifies this, right? And then one thing you can do too now is, I mean, I'm gonna see if I want to do it, but basically you can just get rid of this bit. This window is now like redundant. I'm trying to see if I want to do that. I mean, I guess since I'm modifying it, I might as well. Yeah, so if you want to identify a window, it's just going to be the index, because the windows are still like flatly contained. I'm not going to change that. But if you want to uniquely identify a widget, it's just the asset ID and then the widget's ID. And then if you want to find that particular one, you hit the map, it gives you the directions. And then with those directions, you just go, okay, index 0, 3, 0, and then you find it. And that's it. Yeah, so I think this is my plan. I'm trying to think anything else is an issue with this. But yeah, this way, now you can have like infinitely nested, I mean not infinitely, but as you can make it as nested as you want it to be, right? And again, the only thing you need to optimize is just the path that you're going to render it, because again, that's going to be the hot path for the UI. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to send this to the back. And then let's do this. Make this a bit bigger. Re-evaluate. Evaluate unique identification of widgets. Let's make this a bit bigger. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is what I'm going to work on next. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it for today, though. I think I need to go get some food. I'm getting hungry. And I still have a little bit of like extra work I want to do on my app because I've been really trying to get that done. So hopefully I can finish it up today, and then yeah, maybe tomorrow or the next day or so I can start working on this system. But yeah, this is the idea. If anybody wants to see like this like diagram, whatever, they're always linked in the bios of my YouTube and on my Twitch, so you can take a look at them if you feel like it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Let me go ahead and I think if I do want to commit on stream. Yeah, again, I think I'm really hungry right now, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and commit off stream. My brain's not really working, but I'll do it right after the stream ends, so it'll get pushed to GitHub soon. Let me see if there's anything else I had to do. Nothing specific on there. Push engine code, push game code. Yeah, I'll do this both off stream. I'm trying to think if I want to do the game code too. I think I will. I already updated the progress board. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and end the stream. The next stream will be on Monday. I'm trying to keep to my schedule, which is just 2 days a week, but trying to make sure that I am present on those 2 days, right? Yeah, thanks for coming by. If you're still on stream on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for chilling out with me. Appreciate it. And if you're watching the video on YouTube, thanks for watching the video. I hope everyone has a good day or night whenever they're watching this. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Alright, so later.